The forbidden truth of Roswell. The confession they buried alive. They said it was a balloon. They smiled when they lied. But in the summer of 1947, something burned through the New Mexico sky. Something that would change everything we think we know about life, death, and who owns the truth. Wreckage that bent but wouldn't break. Symbols that shimmered under lamplight, and whispers of bodies, small, fragile, not human. For decades, they buried it under ridicule and headlines, but silence this deep always hides something alive underneath. Because what crashed in Roswell wasn't an accident, it was a message. Today, we dive into the one story the U.S. government swore would never surface again. It began on a quiet night. Mac Brazel, a rancher used to silence, heard something unnatural. Metal screaming through the heavens, followed by a thunderous impact that rattled the earth. At dawn, he found the field. Twisted beams scattered like bones, a metallic skin that folded like paper, yet returned to its perfect shape. When he pressed it, it remembered itself. He showed the sheriff, then the neighbors. Each whispered the same words, "This isn't ours." By noon, the army had arrived. Trucks, tents, soldiers with orders they didn't understand. The area was sealed, cameras confiscated, and Major Jesse Marcel, the intelligence officer on site, held the wreckage with his own hands. Years later, he would confess, "It wasn't from Earth. I saw it. I touched it." But within 24 hours, the truth vanished. Army captures flying disc, the first headline. Then, replaced overnight with weather balloon found, the first cover-up, printed in black and white. An internal Air Force memo, later leaked, read, "Material transferred to right field, classified above top secret, immediate suppression required." Above top secret. Because even the government didn't have a name for what they'd found. Then came the whispers. A nurse from Roswell Army Hospital claimed she saw bodies, small, gray, sealed in bags, rushed down dim corridors at midnight. A mortician said he was ordered to deliver 3 child-sized coffins, hermetically sealed. And a pilot swore the cargo he flew that night felt warm, as if alive. 1 month later, that same pilot disappeared. An FBI memo buried for decades later surfaced. 3 so-called flying discs recovered in New Mexico, each occupied by bodies of human shape, but not human. Does that sound like a balloon to you? Then came the purge. Brazel retracted his story. Neighbors said he returned looking older, quieter, haunted. Marcel was reassigned, stripped of credibility. Newspapers mocked witnesses until the laughter replaced memory. But decades later, when the archives began to open, one forgotten diary slipped through. Cargo not of this earth, alive when found, dead by nightfall. Alive, then gone, and with it every shred of the truth. They didn't bury wreckage, they buried revelation. Scientists in secret programs dismantled what they recovered. Within years, mankind leapt forward, fiber optics, advanced alloys, microprocessors, all arriving decades ahead of schedule. Coincidence or reverse-engineered salvation? They called it progress, but maybe it was theft. Now, here's the part they don't want whispered. A frequency pulsed from the debris, steady, rhythmic, mathematical. They thought it was static. Then they realized it wasn't broadcasting, it was listening. The signal stopped in 1947, until now. Last month, the same frequency returned, identical pattern, identical pulse, this time in the Nevada desert. Government sensors logged it, then nothing. Every trace deleted within hours. But a single leaked note survived. The sender requests confirmation of receipt. Receipt. They were waiting for a reply, and maybe they've already received it. So when the next light tears open the sky, don't look up with wonder, look up with memory, because they're not coming back. They never left. Roswell wasn't a crash, it was a countdown, and the timer just hit 0. End of transmission.